love it, you wear it. What's your style? Get your merch at shop.eslgaming.com.
Am I wasting time? 'Cause I'm already gone. So long. Can you stay the night? 'Cause you're the thing I want. I want. I know you're feeling different when you're stressed out. But even with no makeup, you still stand out. 'Cause no one makes me feel the way you do now. Like you do now. The way that you move your body, you make it look like a hobby. Every time that you touch me, it's electricity. Things we discovered underneath last night's covers. Everything came so easy. It's electricity. Electricity. Whoa. It's electricity. Electricity. It's electricity. When it's late at night, I feel you on my skin. My skin. You're all that's on my mind. It's finally sinking in. You're it. I know you're feeling different when you're stressed out. But even with no makeup, you still stand out. 'Cause no one makes me feel the way you do now. Like you do now. Way that you move your body, you make it look like a hobby. Every time that you touch me, it's electricity. Things we discovered underneath last night's covers. Everything came so easy.
We will have one team in the top 3 after the next game. OG and Secret, they're going to a third game here in the upper bracket finals. And one of them will secure that top 3 slot. The other one's not eliminated, don't worry. It's just lower bracket for them. We're in the draft, getting ready for this game here with Synerin and Adam. And we want to see what's happening with the first couple of bans and the first couple of picks. Because that kind of starts the cycle, is what you said before the break, Adam. Can you explain that a little bit? I think your microphone got muted. Don't worry. He said a lot of smart things.
I apologize. I'm back.
What a bait sheaver. Say something smart and dispute him.
He said such smart things. I don't think you can. I don't think you can do that again.
It's alright. I feel like most drafts, like game 3. Game 3 is always different because the meta is kind of set between the teams between game 1 and game 2. I feel like they felt like this secret Tuskar, right, to enable Rezo's hero. Like they changed this from the first game. They wanna like enable him to play a hero that's like okay in lane, Enigma. They're banning for it too.
I was not expecting OG to go back for this though.
This is an incredibly different draft from what we've seen so far.
Yeah, so I think Shaker is going to be a popular pick this patch at some point. Or maybe even now. It's not a hero that many teams have played, but it actually just flat out got buffed this patch.
It's a TI hero, right?
Yeah, it's
every
a TI hero.
just comes back.
It's got lower cooldown on Fissure this patch than the last one. I think its talent got improved as well on level 10, so just better across the board, even though it started getting favored toward the end of the last tournament. But the Razor has been nerfed quite significantly, but it's still one of Amar's best heroes, and maybe he's like, guys, it's game 3. I'm going to carry this. And it's flex. They could play it on you, Roggy.
That's true. I haven't seen him play it though. I think this is just like fixed as the Amar hero. You don't really want Razor against Enigma as well, right?
I think OG have played Razor on all 3 players with this roster. I'm pretty convinced that I've seen all of them play it, and then they wait to see the right matchup. Like, it's mainly been Amar, especially lately, because in the last meta, Razor just did very, very well against the safe lane carries. But if things are going to change up now, it's not out of the question for OG to put this hero in another lane.
Fair. I feel like the changes to Razor, like his lane got weaker, sure, but like if you get past the lane mid game, you're still kind of the same hero. And I think the Shaker like enables the Razor, like in a way, like he pulls the lane back for you. You still,
Yep.
if you only drain like 7 or 10 damage, it's still quite significant for the laning phase.
Are you surprised Queen of Pain is still in? And Puck.
I'm surprised that Secret did not pick it on 8, because technically it's like a good hero against Razor, but I think they felt strongly about the Enigma after the game 2, like how they did in lane. Like Rezo's probably feeling it as well, right? Like I would if I was him. Oh, I think OG picking Razor here and like Shaker just shows like they are going back to their previous playstyle again. Like they just want more cores, more scaling. So I think like they kind of tried to do that in the previous game, but it was harder for the Puck and Dusa to reach that point, while the Slug and TV kind of kept ahead of them.
I guess this might also be a knee-jerk reaction to, okay, we lost the lanes last game, now we're going to pick a lane dominator in our first 2, so it doesn't happen again, right? Like, I don't remember the last time I've seen OG like truly lose the laning stage when they have Razor. Because the Razor might lose his lane if he really gets countered, but generally that comes at the price of the other 2 lanes getting counter picks or getting favorable matchups. So I think in this case for OG, you can also, the fact that this Enigma is picked earlier, you can start planning for it better. Like last game, you didn't really have too many tools to solve it. The 2 supports did not offer very much against it, but now you can pick a 5 that does well against Enigma, you can pick a carry that lanes well against Enigma, and all of a sudden the dynamic can be totally different.
Yeah, I wonder what they're gonna go for here. I see like a Trian or Hoodwing. Usually people pick Hoodwing for the lane, right? Like it's physical damage against the Eidolons. Not sure if Chu plays it, but it looks like he plays anything
sure he plays,
and everything.
Yeah, I think he plays it. Dawnbreaker ban,
We'll
targeted.
see what kind of approach OG go for here.
Yep.
Hoodwing, that's
Nice
the
call.
lane.
Very nice.
I think this enables them to pick any carry they want. Like the carry doesn't have to deal with the Enigma anymore. I would think they would go for some Roche taking carry because they don't really have answers for Black Hole right now. So you kind of want to use Aegis as a solution to the problem.
If you're Team Secret, do you not want to go back for the Templar Assassin at this point as well? Considering it's not just a niche hero, Chrysalis plays it as well.
The problem is you don't know matchups this time. Last time you had the Puck matchup that you could enforce. This time the only matchup that you know is Razor, and that one isn't great. So, like, I think you're... This is actually kind of tricky for Secret, right? Because if you're going to pick any of the mid heroes, OG can counterpick it. If you're going to pick the Quap, the Puck is in the pool. If you're picking the Puck, the TA is in the pool. And if you're picking the TA, OG, like I said, can counter TA in multiple lanes at once, even because the Razor is good against them. So,
So pick Crystal Maiden.
So pick Crystal Maiden, yeah, totally logical.
Your last
Absolutely
pick, I guess your
nice.
last pick mid here, but it's also not easy to pick carry. I actually just think this is difficult to be
I think
Secret
you
right now.
have to pick the carry because you see the Razor of Shaker.
Yeah.
And if you don't want to pick something that's good in the lane, you have to kind of pick the Quap here and just play the Quap Puck. Because I feel like right now in this patch at 30 minutes, I would take a Quap on my team over a Puck. Or at least that's how it looks so far in most of the games. The Quap looks like it has infinite scaling with his talents and item builds.
The changes to Crystal Maiden, because I believe this is the first Crystal Maiden we see here at ESL One Malaysia.
Yep.
Changes to Crystal Maiden, I believe, is, well, I think one of the big ones for me anyway, level 10. You got the Frostbite range, right? Talent, that's a nice one. And you get more mana. Your own mana multiplier from the aura is increased. Does mean that your allies get a little less, actually.
I think your primary lane partner gets more. I think that's the biggest thing, right? So
Because in an area around you, you get more.
you have like
correct.
a 1200 radius where everybody gets more mana than usual.
Yeah.
So if you're laning with a mana-dependent hero, I think PA might not be the one that benefits the most because PA generally doesn't have too many mana problems with a stick. But I guess this is kind of just, you know, a historical spam lane. You just cast maiden spells, you cast daggers, and
There's
then...
a puppy hero as well, right?
Yeah, it's true.
And it's a carry that can deal with Razor on a game level. And also on a lane level to an extent, right? It's one of the better ones. You have Phantom Strike to get away, and you have the dagger to farm some CS from range.
Oh wow. Spectre
Okay.
into PA?
Yeah, it's pretty bold.
You like it?
I like Spectre against Enigma, because I think what this offers OG is if they ever get a vision, like any sort of vision advantage, and they see a fight that's possible, they just press Haunt, and the Enigma can't go in. So I think Spectre's job in this game is to be an immediate follow-up, and to try to avoid getting just slaughtered by a PA shard. I think that's the plan.
And Spectre got some changes as well, right?
I don't think they were too major, but I do think there was something. You're right.
I believe
We are looking it up.
Yeah, I believe
lost a little bit of int gain.
Yeah.
And lost a little bit of dagger damage.
But I feel
applies
that
an instant desolate to targets with no units within 400 range of them on the dagger.
So it's like one tick of desolate damage.
So one part of desolate. So the dagger does deal more damage to targets that are isolated than it did before.
Okay.
But everything else about the hero is slightly worse.
No.
I feel like OG in general, they have this like tricore, right? Like the way they play. And that's pretty nice to have against Enigma. It's hard to do like Black Hole, right? Like someone else just kills you.
Yep, for sure. I think it's also part of the reason that Doom had such a bad win rate at the last major tournament was that teams were picking so many good heroes.
Cores,
so like,
yeah, like Doomy would die anyway.
Yeah, like in the past, Doom has thrived when it's like a single core meta and you just doom that guy and then you just know the fight is going to be really good for you. But especially the way a team like OG plays, that's strong. And it almost worked for them last game, to be fair, right? Like even though they black holed multiple times in the fights, Secret could still lose. Even though they got 2 full duration black holes off, the fights were close.
Yeah.
This time around, I think OG is playing with that logic as well of what to do.
Alright, what's Secret's last hero and why is it Queen of Pain? They did ban the Invoker. OG removed the Bat because usually OG pick Invoker against Bat.
I don't think this is a
Co-op game?
I don't think it's a free co-op game.
They
Okay,
banned the
now
co-op
you
too.
probably ban co-op, right? Because the issue, the way I see it, is that some of these like escapee mid heroes like Queen or Puck or whatever, they can actually really get caught out by Shaker plus Spectre.
Yeah.
And you get fissured from the tree line. There's Haunt or there's Shadow Step, and if Spectre starts getting meaningful items that kill, like Manta or whatever, there's the co-op ban. You're at risk. So.
I feel like they need a spirit-ish hero. It's only Void Spirit, right? Like, there's no other hero that's too good.
I feel like I also need to mention the Magnus, considering we're with the PA.
Yeah.
True.
Cool.
Fnatic
play
just
the
won a game against Aster
Nisha
with that, right?
Magnus.
True.
Even though they were behind. I feel like Secret can't be surprised that this ban came out, right?
No.
Like that's
Nah, no way.
It's very telegraphed.
No
so
way.
I'm surprised if they aren't ready yet. This was
It will be a
this was actually the hero I was going to suggest aside from Void Spirit, like you mentioned, is that you can go for the Ember and you can try to play range. And you're another hero that's kind of hard to catch for the Razor. You have escape plans against Hoodwink as well as Spectre. But similar to Queen of Pain, you are still a target for Shaker to set up for the Spectre to kill. So it's not out of the question that he can die, but it looks pretty solid.
I think OG needs a similar hero. Some hero to like run around the map. BZM Storm kind of hero.
Yeah, something that sets up Spectre.
Else?
Okay,
Void,
the
yeah,
other
that's
Spirit.
kind of the same.
Okay. Another hero that's hypermobile and can catch Enigma in the back. So if they get vision again, jump the Enigma right away with Void Spirit plus Haunt and get the kill. And
do you
set up for a
favor?
good fight. I think it's kind of close. I think this time I'm gonna say OG because I feel like in the last game a really big part of why Secret won was that they crushed the lanes. I don't think it's happening this time. And with how impressive OG looked, even very far behind, and how convincing they looked in game 1, I still think they're probably going to prove to be the better team.
I think this is a great Ember game.
It is a good Ember game for sure.
It's a great Ember game.
Is it
Like-
enough to keep the momentum going?
We'll see.
We'll see.
see.
You're asking Syndrin for his opinion.
Who do you think
but
will
you're
win?
like-
I think it's a good Ember game.
I mean, according to our casters,
Yeah.
I should let Sin talk first and
Oh,
then let's
yeah?
go opposite. So, Sin, what do you think?
I think we should let SVG choose, and then if he's wrong, everything he said he has no credit left.
I mean, you've already chosen. He's just gonna go opposite. But let's find out. Actually, let's hear
It's a
from
lot on the line.
SVG and Cap and how they feel about this one.
That is a lot on the line. Your entire credibility for both this game, this series, and possibly your career comes down to this
Well,
answer.
good thing I have none left. What did Syndrin actually choose at the end there?
He left it up to you.
Absolutely nothing.
Yeah.
So he's automatically wrong no matter what. My
That's true.
credibility
Yeah,
has been salvaged.
Fence Sitter gets 0 points.
Oh,
so.
beautiful. I love having the freebie, gifted up.
Are you
there.
going to give an answer,
Oh,
though?
he chose OG. That was what I was going to choose. Now I'm stuck
Oh,
between
no.
a crossroads here. I think this game's going to be another 50, 60-minute game, man. I mean,
Yeah.
you have a PA Spectre matchup. This is a classic matchup that goes back. Of course, now you have the break mechanic coming in for the PA that kind of turned it on its head. You have Resolution and Enigma striking back for the second time. I cannot believe they didn't ban this hero after the work he put in that game 1. They get the Tusk Enigma lane running it back. then, of course, Nisha Ember. Meanwhile, he's going up against BZM Void Spirit. These have to be, like, the 2 highest impact mids in the world at this point.
Oh, yeah.
At this point in time. And maybe you give NTS an honorable mention, but he's not here, so we're talking this tournament. Right now, it's these 2 Spirit brothers going head-to-head.
Mm-hmm.
Somebody is escaping at some point, and I'm not going to believe it. That's a guarantee.
Oh, yeah. That's definitely going to happen somewhere in this. Considering the performance that both Nisha and BZM are putting in, it seems like both of them are popping off in this series. And we were talking about, well, what is the story of this series then? Well, no man is an island. Both these mid laners can have their performance, amazing performances, but we saw from, say, Nisha Game 1, he couldn't do it alone. And what was the determining factor in Game 1? Amar was able to put in some work. What happens in Game 2? Resolution steps up to the plate when you need it the most. So it seems like this could be the battle of the offlaners potentially, and who's going to be making the larger impact in this Game 3 to tip the series one way or the other.
Both offlaners putting on their best carry shoes. Of course.
They really are.
Rezo was a carry, so he might be used to it a little bit. And I think Amar was never not a carry.
It's true.
So if you need some help to come and, push the game over the top, these are 2 players making a name for themselves and how they do it.
Yeah, who's going to make the better carry offlaner?
Oh, look at that instant high five, no bad blood.
Yeah.
2 brothers.
They know it's just going to be a cutthroat battle. You can see Nisha already putting some serious pressure on BZM, but BZM at the same time securing 2 denies in the very first wave.
I mean, Nisha's have to have had the upper hand in this series so far in terms of the lane early. Like, I feel like Game 1, he won that lane with the back of the Treant heal. Obviously, that's a hard matchup for his quap, but then he popped off. In Game 2, he absolutely destroyed BZM's puck with that TA. So maybe this is, revenge of the BZM, so to say.
Yeah.
Will he strike back?
Maybe in a matchup that's a little bit more even. No living armor to deal with, no bad matchup in the TA versus puck.
Yeah, where's Puppy to help you now, sir?
See how it goes.
I'm also interested to see if
BZM
this
snags another deny.
Tusk Enigma lane.
Oh, another! This man's a monster!
All right, if he got that one, I mean, you just call it right there, right?
Still, though, Nisha, he's definitely putting some work, and BZM is quickly going through all of his regen.
And Nisha was saving the skill point there, maybe even contemplating an early change.
Oh, and he missed the slide, too. BZM immediately with the response.
BZM striking back here, taking an early CS lead for sure. And,
Yeah.
I mean, there's no kills at 2 minutes. Must mean the top lane is going better for OG than last time.
That is true.
The fact they're still 0-0, automatically a better start here. Taiga having a much better time. He doesn't have 2 deaths already. So this lane going better. Still, I'm worried for them over the long run.
It's still got to be a hard lane.
Yeah,
right?
there's not a huge amount of idle on clear between these 2. I mean, you can shoot an acorn. That's about it. So Spectre just going to play, survival Spectre gameplay. A classic. She can do it better than Medusa, I think. She can also dagger over shards. So the kill threat isn't as high. It's a tankier hero.
Right.
Should have a better time even if this lane gets a little out of control. Meanwhile, True pulling bottom, getting daggered up here. This is a mega strong chase lane. Got to be careful with how you overextend. Try and abuse the stick charges as much as you can.
And Secret, they are going to be poking quite a bit, right? I mean, they just kind of like try and get Amar to use the link, disengage, and then once that link's down, they could definitely go full hog and just zerg somebody down potentially.
Yep. I mean, it's a classic Amar lane where you just want to get the equilibrium back, put him in a position where you can chase the carry down. Chu doing a decent job of that, sacrificing some early net worth to make it happen. Choosing not to fight this absolutely obnoxious Crystal Maiden PA lane. Well, still no deaths for this OG lane, so tremendously better start than last time.
I'd say maybe you spoke a little bit too soon. The tag team is doing a little bit of work here, but the Bushwhack will allow Taiga to disengage. An early urn picked up by the Spectre.
Yeah, it's come back into the meta. Just the early mana regen, the early gank ability it gives you, some extra damage on these haunts. I'm all for it.
Oh, you could see what's happening already. The Enigma can pull the lane back. Science has already picked up the bounty rune, and he's going to sit on the 4-minute water rune. He's going to make sure BZM, who is already low, what a timing that would have been.
did have a stick, so he's probably good no matter what. But still early aggressive vision coming out, and yeah, he saw him on the rotation. Nice wards from Zayats here. Might get dewarded. See what BZM tries to do here. Pretty quiet start compared to last game. Very even lanes across the board.
And that was, the panel was talking about, that was a huge factor in Game 2, right? Like, even though Secret, it felt like it could have been maybe one of those games that was like a 20-minute victory, that early laning phase lead that they had, they slipped through their fingers a little bit, but it was still very important to the reason
it got them over that
game.
hump.
Yeah.
Like, the fact they were in that position in the first place. And OG is not a team you're going to do that to twice, you know? You might catch them once. Second round, they're going to learn their lesson. They're going to step it up, refocus, and that's what they're doing here. Much happier with this start than last game. I think especially BZM. Like, to me, that last game, he was in a position on that puck versus somewhat limited stuns where if he had a decent early game, he could have popped off. Instead, he had to claw his way back, and he was still doing work in those late game fights, but it's just from a tough position. This is a way better start for him on a hero that he's shown he can do massive damage.
Love how close this mid lane matchup is going. Even with BZM having to go back to base, they are just dead even in CS pretty much.
Absolutely neck and neck.
Zayats is going to cut over again. BZM, an early boots pick up here, and that may be important for this upcoming gank because, well, slight chains into the snowball. Now, he does have that little bit of physical resistance thanks to the shield, and Zayats is in trouble now. The Fisher, oh no!
Wrong side.
Dissimulate over to the other side, but Zayats doesn't get hit by it. He gets a healing salve off, and now they can maybe turn. Gets the salve canceled, though, but Nisha's going to continue to push back and chase after him with the level 6 picked up. Nisha snacks the first blood over BZM.
Beautifully played. Unlucky with that fissure that he gets on the other side, but at the same time, reading this matchup beautifully. Nisha did have the level advantage. He was going to hit 6 first there no matter what. Zayats putting in the work, abusing the fact that Resolution can be left alone top. Still trying to fight for this rune. It's bottom.
They do manage to get the kill on Zayats, and maybe with Zayats gone and a 2v1, Nisha, yeah, he can't go for it. It also means the power rune may not be available for Nisha, or maybe Nisha's just dead. BZM, he's not quite level 6, but he can dissimulate hop over, and he's going to leave a remnant behind. So when he's back up, he can jump to it, but Nisha dies.
Chu salvaging the situation there. Huge kills for him. Anytime you get early XP on the Shaker, it's massive. And like you said, that power rune spawn bottom. Oh, Zayats really going to get the deny.
Oh, no. Stopped. BZM picks it up and uses that arcane rune immediately to be able to maybe get the kill. Yeah, the Fisher's going to come through.
Yeah, that's worth a tip, you know.
Yeah, you're going to go ahead and camp me in the mid lane. BZM gets his revenge.
Little momentum going his way. Even after all of that, though, looking at the net worth, he's just still ahead by 300 or 400. Just the power of that first blood gold.
Yeah.
So, nice turnaround for OG, gain some momentum. Probably the best lane they can play through as well. You're not going to have a lot of play action through Spectre top. You're not going to have a lot through this Razor bottom just because of the power of the disengage with PA Crystal Maiden. Your aggressive link potential is pretty limited down here. So I like the idea from OG. Take the fight to this mid. Try and shut Nisha's momentum down early. Stop that inevitable train that you know is coming at some point. I mean, I have not seen Nisha get shut down almost at all this tournament.
Resolution does have his level 6. And Zayats, well, he's going to be found by BZM. BZM really doesn't want to show himself for this kill. He wanted Resolution, but eventually says, well, it'll have to suffice. He actually managed to tank the Aether Remnant. They're going to use the 2-man black hole. Oh, they've got them both with Nisha showing up. Oh, what a turnaround from Secret.
Astronomical price indeed. That's triple earn charge for Rezo. Couldn't have asked for a better hole if he wanted to get one.
Yeah, what a play by him in the first place, like tanking the Aether Remnant to allow the Tusk to be able to get off some spells.
It's that player synergy he was talking about.
Yeah, there's a reason why he wanted to play with Zayats. And, well, I got to do some content pieces with the two of them. Let me just say, they do have a pretty good vibe together. Nisha diving in here for Taiga, but BZM is going to be TPing in. Immediately frostbitten, though. Nisha, and he's really going for the snowball line from the other side. Zayats will commit and get the kill out of Taiga before trading his own life over to BZM. Another frostbite. Nisha.
Puppies here.
They'll just kind of poke at him, but I don't think they're going to do too much more.
You're not touching this hasted Ember. Nisha just putting the pressure on OG early around this middle lane, even getting the D wards and the obs control. vision in their favor. Amar trying to make Slane happen bottom. Might have overextended.
Oh, if he got hit by that dagger, then I think
vision?
Puppey might have been able to catch him there, but no. Nisha, meanwhile, diving in mid, finishes him off with the remnant on through. The best zoomer mid is reminded that there was a zoomer before him. Nisha, he was the OG, the new club. Crystallis,
bottom?
he's very, very low. Chu looking to be able to catch him. The snowball is going to be able to hit Yuragi, and he's not going to be able to get the dagger off.
He was trying to tread swap for the extra mana, and he was still just
no,
short.
And now he's just low on mana, and he's still completely out of mana, not going to be able to TP out of this situation. Chu is going to be spotted. They do not get him inside of the shard. At the same time, though, Amar is going to be caught by the chain, slowed down by the dagger with the Orb of Corrosion. It is guaranteed that this Razor is going to fall. Taiga even showing himself for a second there. He gets greedy, goes for the bounty rune.
The tips from Secret. You know they're feeling themselves this game and in this series after that game 2 win.
And Nisha's feeling another kill. Taiga has been spotted. BZM is in the neighborhood, though, so...
Nisha just feels unstoppable already.
It certainly does.
4-1 and 3. BZM will get another Arcane Rune.
Okay, okay.
Thanks, Gaben, for that one. You give more to this Nisha Ember, it feels like he might just spiral out of control already. Remember, they have Crystal Maiden Aura running this whole time, too. Level 3 for Puppey, going for this 1-1-3. Choosing to power up his cores instead of himself. Maybe he learned his lesson when he took that Ags game 1. Now...
Better to be an Aura bot.
Yeah. No more greed for me. You know what, Nisha, you carry me. I'll take it.
Look at that, Yuragi.
No dagger.
He was so close to being able to get the dagger off, was tread switching, had the moment, but the snowball stopped it.
This is the power of this Aura build. If your cores are in a strong position, Secret up 3k at 10 minutes, another fantastic laning features for them. This is where the Crystal Maiden build really pays off. Your cores are going to be able to stay on the map more. They're going to be able to spam more spells, be more aggressive. This is giving me some flashbacks to like 4 or 5 years ago where Newbie were running this Maiden and just running people over with the Aura abuse.
A big push happening through the mid lane. This is going to be a lot of damage on this mid tower. OG is going to have to respond with some force here. Taiga's going to be the first one to show up. They are going to be able to lead off with the bushwhack into the Remnant. No, the slight into the Remnant jump away. Nisha just a hair ahead of BZM.
How many top tower dies? OG can only defend so much in this early game. That top tower was probably sealed for eventual death no matter what. Yuragi forced into the jungle and forced into a Hand of Midas build.
Uh-oh, Amar. Oh, what an Echo Slam set up by Chu with the Fissure leading off, but Amar is not healthy enough to be able to go for the chase. He can turn around and kill Zayats. Poor old Zayats has had most of his armor zapped away, but Crystallis getting out pretty important. He actually jumps onto Taiga. Oh, he just juked that one out entirely. BZM could chase after him. The Frostbite into the Aether Remnant is going to be able to pull him back into his doom. Rezo jumped forward and tried to get the black hole, but unfortunately was hit by Chu right as he blinked in. Sad timing for him. His resolution will be able to back out just fine, but couldn't save his carry's life.
Some nice find for OG on the back of their strongest hero in Amar Razor. He's definitely the hero they're going to have to fight around and skirmish around in this early game. Still Nisha making them pay on mid. Just takes mid tower with this Orb of Corrosion plus that catapult wave from earlier. Early tier 1's going down for OG.
And he's going to go for the early BKB. So Nisha wants to like continue to snowball his presence in this game.
He'll be invincible during it. There is absolutely no BKB lockdown in this game. He's going to be a god for a while.
Pulls him back in, but Rezo's here and he got the black hole out of BZM. Baits out the Crystal Maiden. They think, oh, he's going for a D-ward. Let's just get this free 5 position. But no, all of Secret was there, ready to pounce.
This is another game resolution topping the net worth chart on this Enigma. He didn't even have all the kills to fuel him up, and he's still immensely jacked.
Yeah, I mean, you were talking about the drafting process. Hold up. Yuragi gets into the trees. He's just a little bit low on mana as well, so he may not feel comfortable pursuing. Bushwhack's going to miss. Puppey's going to grab the squirrel instead. Drops the ultimate immediately. That's going to be stopped by the Fissure, though, and he is blocked in a little bit. Chu hops on top of him with the Tumbler toy, and with Amar coming in, they should be able to get this kill no problem. Nisha's going to be forced away.
OG really needs to get any of these skirmishes going their way they can so they don't lose more map control to this Ember. It's going to create a lot of space for this PA to farm up. It's going to create a lot of space for this Enigma to go to work. And remember, Yuragi is still trying to build into this Midas. try and get his levels back. They lose too much map control. This Spectre is just not going to have that comeback potential that he wants. Not a lot of room for him to go. I mean, he's battling Eidolons and losing the fight. River
Nice
fight.
plant there, the bushwhack. Zayats does what damage he can before he falls, and it might just be enough to help get the return kill on a Chu. As Nisha's going to dive for that one. Puppey turns around, Frostbite's up, BZM, but the haste rune, he's going to chase down this poor support.
See you later, Puppey.
Same time, oh, nice turnaround from
That was
Taiga there.
sick.
Do they have the stuns? The Echo Slam is there indeed, and Nisha, oh, he gets caught looking.
Absolutely beautiful. The pre-tree plant predicting the Remnant in into the bushwhack. Set up the chain for Chu. Absolute perfection coming out from OG in these skirmishes, and that is a massive kill. Not just gold, but relieving pressure off the map here. This Ember is the hero Secret wants to skirmish around. He's what enables their supports, enables this Crystal Maiden to be able to take these river fights. Maybe a little bit of a fortuitous haste room for BZM here, but putting it to great
Taiga
use.
reading it.
I mean, absolutely beautiful. This is a hard hero to catch.
Chu jumping forward with the Tumbler's toy. I mean, you said this is the most broken tier 1 item, and Chu's making a good argument for it.
This thing is absolutely insane on melee supports.
I mean, Earthshaker especially is, like, particularly broken, I think.
Don't worry. He'll get the Seal Totem at some point, you know.
Oh, yeah.
He'll double it up. All right, decent space for OG, for this Yuragi Spectre to crawl his way back in this game.
Now, the panel kind of talked a little bit about the Spectre. They thought it was a nice pickup against Enigma. What is it about that matchup that's so important?
It's about him making the fight annoying for Rezo. If he gets haunted on, he can't blink. It gives them vision of this Enigma as well. They have long-range Fissure, long-range spells between the Void Spirit and the Hoodwink. So what can happen is they haunt, they see this Enigma. Does Rezo insta-pop BKB, or does he risk getting fissured from Fog? Feels very scary. And
he was really
look at the
daring, and
burst.
he did too much. He could have just hopped away, but did not respect the long-range disables of OG. So they trade out a Hoodwink for an Ember Spirit. Well worth it for OG.
And that's exactly the long-range burst that's going to come out off the back of any vision OG gets. That's so scary for the Secret lineup. The only saving grace is perhaps some Blink Snowball later on that can stop that long-range burst off the initiation. Not going to be as easy of a game for Rezo in terms of just being able to jump in free.
Right.
That said, I guess he doesn't have to play into, you know, Egg and Stone Gaze. It's a trade-off.
Yeah, that's true. There is no BKB piercing disable.
Yeah, the holes are pretty free if you can get them, but getting them is going to be more difficult.
Taiga. I think he was trying to get a ward down, but no. Secret. And plenty of vision of him there, and Taiga knows it too. They're going to keep the pressure up on this off-lane tower. It's kind of an interesting position. We've talked, there's been a lot of talk about the Dire jungle this last patch and how strong it was. And Rezo playing the opposite approach, just playing the Radiant safe lane and pushing it in constantly into OG.
It's another tier 1 tower down as a result. More map control going their way. Battle Fury for Phantom Assassin.
Yeah, so
Line
he's
out here.
finally got that accelerant where the Spectre Midas had been picked up for a while.
So now you're going to start to see the Spectre and PA race to the top here, especially if they can find a good fight for Yuragi off a Haunt. Remember, he went Urn, he went Midas, but he's still happy to join these fights. It's going to be about how strong Amar thinks he is. We've seen this Amar Razor do some crazy stuff this patch. Or I guess last patch, but I assume he can still do it this patch.
Yeah, I don't think anything is going to change.
I wonder if... I assume Lance of Pursuit works through the link.
That
Sounds pretty good.
would be pretty bonkers. That sounds incredibly good. Rezo gets hit by the plasma field. They've already got the Haunt on top of him. Rezo,
Yeah,
he's just
hold
going to
that.
die without any opportunity to get a black hole. Long range shot actually nailing the Tusk. Won't be able to hit him with the Aftershock though, but I don't think Science has a way out. BZM's going to ensure of it. Closing the cage. BZM picks up a killing spree as OG. Once again, they hit this nice like 15-minute stride against Team Secret where they just seem to know make to win fights, or at least
Beautiful smoke.
skirmishes.
That's the exact type of Haunt that Yuragi wanted. Get involved, get some earn charges, get some assist gold, use this Razor BKB, which they didn't even have to use. It's just the threat of it running in.
Yep.
Jump the perfect target in this Enigma before he has Black King Bar. He is 200 off of that. That might be a different fight if Rezo has it. He might just be able to BKB turn. The static link might kill him as well. And again, Crystallis not ready to join the fights. This is where OG can abuse the numbers. He needs a little more time to come online before he feels confident going into these engagements with the Phantom Assassin.
Really nice, aggressive wards laid down by OG. But let's see how many of them Puppey finds. He already caught one that was behind the mid-tier 1 tower. And I imagine he thinks there's a ward somewhere in the triangle.
Somewhere could be a lot of places.
Wards destroyed. He's destroyed 5 on the side of Taiga. Damn, it's actually dead even. 6 on both sides. Whoa.
That's a lot of
Guess not.
wards, man. Guy killing some of his own or what?
Well, this ward is actually very nicely placed and may have spotted Puppey placing his own, so.
Puppey's rocking that specialist array. Specialist array, Crystal Maiden. That's a some stats. Get that big split shot attack out.
You just wait till he gets the triple kill with 1 shot.
If he gets a triple kill off the split shot, I'll retire for a 4th time, man. That'll be something else.
Yeah.
Rezo trying to bait this Ember top.
He's got the BKB,
Oh,
so
bait.
he just goes for it. Doesn't get Taiga, but secures a kill on BZM, who had a killing spree as well, so that was a super worth kill.
Isha fishing for the Shaker in the trees who knew was there. Very close to snagging him. Shu does have his blink now. We've seen his Shaker do some absolutely crazy stuff this tournament.
Oh, yeah. But are they going to get here in time to be able to stop this Roshan? This could be that crazy moment.
Haunt up in 25. No Haunt for this. No Black Hole either,
They've got another ward to be able to spot these heroes rotating in, and they're going to back out.
Secret's getting a little low doing this. They don't really have the sustain to commit.
Yeah, they don't have the Black Hole. It's like, it's a needless fight. They don't need to do this.
I guess they also know OG doesn't want to commit for this Roche either. The Roche is not that fast. That said, it's half HP and they have Haunt back up.
I mean, OG, they're at least going to try and
enough.
Find a fight somewhere in here, and if they could catch the right kind of heroes, they could go for the Roshan. I can't believe they're going to do it without finding a kill first.
As long as there's no Black Hole, is Amar that afraid of anything? He's got 2200 HP with Assange.
I guess so, yeah.
Oh,
He's going to start immediately just popping out. Anybody shows themselves, he starts going for Puppey. Secret, though, on the side. They're going to go. Nisha charging in with his own BKB. He's already finished off Chu. Amar fighting through. He's going to be able to go on the Tusk next. It looks like somehow Puppey was living through a while, but eventually that dispersion from Uragi finished him off. Nisha playing the distance, poking out. Uragi is low. Crystal is showing up and will be able to finish off the Spectre. The carry-on-carry battle goes to Secret. Now it's cleanup time. Taiga is going to be next, as Chrysalis should be able to chase him down. And an attempt at a Roshan that goes quite awry for OG. It gives it a freebie for Secret.
They got double support buybacks out of it. The silver lining there for OG. That's probably not a Roche. They're in too good of a position to contest unless Amar gets a crazy good link on a core, which, I mean, Secret just played the fight perfectly, kiting him around. Puppey lives so long there, too. Just forcing so many spells out. He has the buyback, of course, like a good Crystal Maiden does, and double support buy for Secret to secure early Roche. They'll take it.
Oh, the Echo on two. BZM,
Monster.
I think they thought he was going to pop away, and maybe he still needs to. There wasn't quite enough damage. Chu, Zayed's keeping his distance, just allowing the tag team to do its work. BZM went back in and almost gets caught by the Malefice. He's going to have one last jump away. He's still ticking down from the urn. He's going to use the Aether Remnant to help out Taiga. What a brave soul. He's got a regen ticking up, so he'll be good. Meanwhile, Taiga, he's got a boomerang.
He does. Found it somewhere. Shard.
Oh, yeah. It's the shard. I forgot it's the shard now. So now it's the decoy that does that weird, like, secondary ultimate. Does 60% of the damage of a regular sharpshooter. That is pretty interesting, though. I feel like that makes this spell a lot more accessible.
Oh, yeah.
Because now it's a nice support, right? It's like, okay, you can focus more on the increased spell damage. Straight up, BKB,
well,
Black Hole. They've got the Frostbite as well. BZM won't make it out. They are just chaining kills now. Chrysalis diving after Taiga, who does turn around Bushwhack, does throw some damage down, but Chrysalis will shrug it off pretty easily. Even if he did, still has 3.5 minutes left for the Aegis, so.
OG getting corralled mid here, beating some support kills. Amar trying his best to push the lanes and force Secret off their side of the map, because OG does not want to fight without Haunt. I just think it's way too hard. No Echo Slam either. Sure, your Razor's strong, but he can't just run in and link anybody. There's double mobility core for Secret and an Enigma who he can't really find without the help of Spectre. This is going to push Secret up to some key items here. Blink for the Tusk is going to be coming out soon. It's a very big save versus the Fissures and the Burst. As well as this PA, BKB closing in on another item. Very scary timing for OG here. If Secret win 1 or 2 more fights,
yeah,
the
looks
damage
like
is going to scale out of control.
it does feel like one of those games that could just keep spiraling here. So OG, they really cannot afford another slip-up.
Yes, this next fight is super key for them to maintain map control. They need to get value out of Amar's net worth. Use his tank ability to frontline, get something going for them. Haunt, find the supports, find the Enigma.
Yeah, it's got to be the Enigma, right?
It
Because
really
he can't
does.
really challenge the other 2 cores at all. We've seen Secret that are just like, they're playing keep away from this racer.
I mean, maybe you can just somehow fissure and land an Echo on this Ember and burst him. It's very scary to do that, though, with this snowball save that can come out now.
Yep, Science has got the Blink Dagger.
Like, it'll
so
guarantee a BKB, so if you go on this Ember, he doesn't die, he gets saved. That fight seems really hard to me.
Yep.
Maybe you just split push and farm. Like, you might just need Spectre Ags in this type of game, so at least you can play off the pokes, right? You get a Bushwhack, you get a Fissure. This Spectre can haunt in off the low CD haunt. You don't have to super commit your Enigma counter. Play this type of game.
Yeah, the Axe is even better now with the extra hit that you get in now off of the dagger. Use the haunt, get some good vision here of what was an incoming gank. Now, it does mean the haunt's going to be on cooldown, but considering the fact I think he would have died otherwise.
I think he'll take that trade. Again, I don't know if OG is really looking to take the straight 5-on-5 right now anyway. I think they're happy to trade farm, especially if they're not falling behind. That's where the Midas helps a little bit. They have some decent vision as well. Somehow they got this super deep mid ward. Gonna do
right
a
in
lot
front
of
the
work for
tower.
them.
Yeah, who got that? That was recent.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, they smoked, they were down mid, so I'm guessing Taiga planted off the back of the smoke. High impact Midas indeed.
Impact move.
I think Amar likes his creep getting Midas in front of him. Probably not.
Probably not. But then again, I feel like you do have to have some leeway if you're Amar, right? Like you play enough of a carry, sometimes you know you gotta be like, okay,
Yeah, but
okay,
that's like
you can have that.
That's stealing money from the ATM.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
It's a 5K net worth lead right now for Team Secret, but the game is kind of stalling out. OG, as Avery's been talking about, seems to be they're trying to avoid fights and are just trying to stall. And Secret are trying to corral them inside of their base. They're keeping 2 lanes pushed in right now. You can see Taiga's doing his best to stop that, though. He's way outside the map. In fact, they're going to try and hunt him down. Science is going to go for it.
It's another strength is Boomerang. You can split push waves and kill them a bit faster for a bit cheaper than going something like Maelstrom.
Straight up, BKB Black Hole used on Amar, but he's very tanky. Not easy to kill. Resolution calls it quits early on the Black Hole to ensure his BKB is used to TP out. That was pretty smart read because they were not killing Amar.
They found
Nisha wants to go for this
Damn
one.
Spirit.
With the control, they have it.
Damn. Extra damage from the Growbow amping it up there. Sends him packing. Another D-ward for Puppy here as well. OG does not want to give this vision up.
Oh, Taiga
Snowball
already takes a ton of damage. Nice snowball save. Completely dodging that one. It does set up for the Echo Slam, but Chrysalis, he was just biding his time. He jumps immediately afterwards. Finished off Chu. Amar does drain some damage away, but he is quickly going to lose his life as Chrysalis jumps back in. Still had plenty of damage for that one, Jack. 800 damage crit. Resolution finding Yuragi inside of the trees too. Pops the Manta, gets rid of the Malphus, and TP's out. Smart move.
Is under attack.
Secret. Being aggressive even after that hold down, just knowing that without BKB on this Razor, the fight is way too hard for OG. They do not have the damage to bring these Secret cores down right now.
Yeah.
Secret abusing it to the maximum. Very, very early racks, I would say, for how strong OG's high ground defense is in a normal scenario. Try and poke him.
Oh, there's the save from Science.
Very
oh,
deep,
no.
though.
They're going to go in super deep. That's pretty awkward. Crystal's going to be able to jump back. Science may not be as lucky, though. The Boomerang's going to come through. The shot goes out. Ember Spirit's forced to jump away, but the PA is not quite as lucky. A dagger goes out. That almost one-shots too, and Ember will be able to finish him off. But at the same time, they did lose Tusk. So 2-for-2 trade-off, and OG managed to hold Their melee barracks was just 150 HP from death.
Super nice vision to start this off. They get the jump back, forcing the snowball so super deep. This is like the snowball from last game, man. No matter what happens, Zayat seems to get stuck here, bringing his team with him.
What a dagger. Look at you, it's like full health. Wham!
Yeah, almost one-shot him.
And then it's as simple as a slight.
He was just getting the shard delivered too. Might have even killed him with Fan and Knives if he'd had it earlier. Still that high ground defense. It's very annoying here for Secret with the fissure blocks, the long-range poke from Hoodwink. Someone's getting stunned, and then if the second someone gets stunned, you're getting chain stunned. Zayat has to make a call if he wants to commit with the snowball save, and as we saw there, that can be a double-edged sword.
Yeah. And this Crystal Maiden, I mean, we were kind of joking backstage about this hero, but it's proven to be super effective in the hands of Puppey, and now he's got the new level 15 talent, so he's got the Frostbite cast range.
He's
so
cruising.
all the more effective at being able to catch BZM. And BZM's got to be building an answer to it, but what is it? Taiga trying to cut creep waves. Nisha will not let you do that right in front of his face. No way.
Secret TPing up to this outpost. Again, they're just trying to control the map and build a net worth lead versus a team that is so sneaky on these side lanes.
Nisha's going to go for an Ags next, so if they are going to be playing the split push game, that Aghanim Scepter gives so much more mobility to the Ember Spirit.
Damn split push. Roche is back up. And that's a shard on top of it. Think Puppey's taking this one too?
Good.
Wouldn't surprise me.
Dire's top tower is falling.
This is going to be a huge timing for Secret. They have Octarine on Enigma. Aegis going to this Phantom Assassin. One of the best items for this hero because you can just jump in Glass Cannon. No cares in the world. This is definitely going to be a very aggressive period from Secret. They're going to search out pretty much any fight they can get, especially anything on their vision.
Oh, Rezo actually takes it. I thought surely the Ember, but no, we're going to have that new shard where Eidolons spawn off of the Malefice stuns.
I'm still surprised Puppey didn't take it, but yeah, it seems decent.
Seems okay, but I mean, why not just... Isn't the shard's decently effective on the Ember as well?
I mean, the extra stun duration could make a huge difference here. We're talking about stunning a Void Spirit, stunning a Razor, and then trying to chain it before he BKBs. They just probably feel it's more impactful than, you know, some extra remnants this Ember's going to get.
Yeah, that's fair.
I don't know. I trust Nisha. If Nisha says you take the shard, you probably take it. Missed hole. Nothing.
All right. What a fish.
Double
Two-man
bushwhack.
stun. Zion's already dead, and Nisha's at half health even through his BKB. The physical damage is kind of overwhelming. Amar is going to be able to chase down some of these heroes. Nisha keeps on jumping out. Puppey doesn't have that same luxury, though. Looks like they're thinking about going back in with the dagger. Oh, they one-shot the Earthshaker. There goes the two supports. Resolution's back into play. A Malefice stun onto the Razor. He doesn't have the BKB. Here comes the Ember Spirit. Nisha finishes him off first. BZM chasing after the Enigma. He wants to be able to force a die back, but with a Frostbite out, he's got to jump away from Crystallis, who could still be on the hunt. Meanwhile, Yuragi, he's stuck in the trees. A TP out. He's able to get away. Frostbite, though. Echo Slam in return. He's got to stop Crystallis. Crystallis gets her grits onto the Earthshaker, finishes him off. Jumps after him. Gets the kill onto BZM. And Crystallis will be able to get out, too. Secret can reset from here and start taking the base.
Another double support buyback fight from Secret, still taking it on the OG side of the map with the help of the outpost. Age is still up for Crystallis, who just did all the damage in that fight. Again, Hole hit absolutely nothing. If anything, it just baited OG in. Suddenly,
I was stunned to silence off of that black hole.
Really
I had no idea what that was, but hey, you know, the fight afterward works, so who cares?
Sometimes the end result's all you need.
You gonna go throne? Oh,
why not?
Secret. They've been keeping their foot on OG's throat this entire game 3, and they will continue it now by going for the tier 4s.
Desolator damage, full Reaver on Crystallis, still has Aegis for 2 minutes. Ags on Nisha. No Hanta for OG. Yuragi doesn't even have TP. He's gonna have to single John in here. Amar, fight for your throne and fight for your life, son.
They're going to snowball back through. Amar punched up in the air. The BKB protecting him for now. He's going to turn back into Nisha. Stun going through. Break immediately throws out the Manta, but the Spectre's already taken too much damage. Nisha just goes to town on the 2. Finishes him off. BZM looking to pick off supports now. At this point, Puppey, he's definitely dead, but BZM gets caught immediately by the punch up in the air. He gets the Yule Scepter off, though. Allows him to reset. The Malefice stun, though. It lasts a long time, and Chris is able to finish him off, and that is it. GG. Team Secret will bring down OG. a result that I think many would not expect, especially after that game 1.
Oh, Team Secret fans rejoicing right now. The rebuild of this roster coming into this tournament, showing it off on LAN. Big happy huddle for them. Pushes them to a top 3 right off the bat here in Genting.
What has been a pretty lackluster year for them so far. Unable to do anything about TI until the qualifiers, but it seems like they have reached pretty good form for those TI qualifiers. We'll see how much farther they can go. They've already achieved top 3 here at ESL One Malaysia with a nice 2-1 over OG.